And to make you start standing again, we're going to start with the pledge. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. We're here today to conduct the graduation ceremony for K-9 Officer Alyssa Fino and K-9 Officer John Wagner from Sullivan County Sheriff's Office. I'm Kyle Frano, the K-9 unit trainer for Ulster County Sheriff's Office. I've been in K-9 for approximately 10-ish years, 10 to 12 years. In that time I've ran 2 dogs and currently, like I said, the trainer for the department. On June 11th, we started a K-9 detection school for John and Alyssa. They both have German short-haired pointers, K-9 Leah from Sullivan County and K-9 Trin from Ulster County. Both of their dogs were imported from Shallow Creek Kennels, which is in Pennsylvania. They both came from Hungary. They retrieved those dogs on June 4th. And then on June 11th, we started K-9 school. The certification for the canines is pretty long and intensive, all right? On Wednesday, this past Wednesday, they both completed successfully their K-9 detection school, or detection certification day. That was on, down at the MTA facility, which is in Stormville, New York. Certification was done by Vincent Iannuzzi from Orange County Sheriff's Office. He certified them, and now they're fully certified through DCJS as a K-9 team. The odors on which they are trained to detect and certified on go as follows. Methamphetamine, heroin, cocaine, crack cocaine, ecstasy, black tar heroin, oxycodone, and Suboxone. Total of 8 odors. They both did absolutely outstanding in the school. There was a lot of ins and outs with, you know, just basic stuff, obedience and stuff like that, but the 2 of them did really exceptionally well. A couple of the things that we ran into, which was kind of comical but expected. For John, he had a little hard time getting in touch with his feminine side. What I'm referring to is when we teach them behavior and teach them to alert to certain things, we're looking for them to not only find what they're finding, but also they also are looking for a lot of praise and respect from the handlers. We call it marking behavior, and we use high-pitched voices for that, so the dogs know that yes, they're doing a good job. John had a little hard time getting in touch with that side, but overall, he came around and did actually well. Alyssa had a little hard time showing her frustration, as probably the family is. She does that pretty well. She had to be constantly reminded to let's all be happy and not to show the frustration come through. But she actually did exceptionally well. And at the end of the school, both K-9 teams did the best they ever did come certification day. So with all that, I'm going to turn it over to our Colonel Maggio to have a couple words.
Thank you, Kyle. Well, good morning, everybody. Welcome to our office here. It's definitely a joyous day. I couldn't be more proud to stand up here and be a part of this. As you're aware, myself was a K-9 handler for 14 years. I'm still currently working my dog. The undersheriff's a K-9 handler. The lieutenant back there, Colin Reynolds, K-9 handler. So just by showing where K-9 brings you in this agency, kind of shows you the path that Officer Fino is on. I'm not really a man for speeches, but I did take a couple key notes. So Alyssa started October of 22. And I know some of you probably think, wow, you know, 3 years on a job, she's a K-9 handler. Well, luckily, the sheriff gave me the opportunity to be the superintendent of corrections, and one of my mottos is, success is not given to you. It's not owned, it's rented. And rent is due every day. And I can tell you this, day one, she's come in and pays her rent every single day. Always looking to do more, learn more, ask questions. And one of the things that stick out on me is we had the protest going on, Palestinian protest, and needed a couple female officers to go along with us. And I was making phone calls, and I got to her number. I called her, and I said, "Hey, what do you got going on tomorrow? We might have something going on." She goes, "Oh, I'm going on a family vacation." I'm like, "Forget it. Go enjoy your family, because with this job, especially canine handler, there's a lot of sacrifice that goes along with it." So she goes, "No, really, I'll go." I said, "Go on vacation with your family." I hang up the phone. I start looking at the next number to call it. My phone rings. She goes, "No, really, I'm going." And that's the way it's going. I'm like, "All right, but just so you know, your family's not gonna be mad at me because you didn't go to your family vacation." So that's just a little bit about her and the person she is and the officer she is. And I know when you first get your canine partner, the sacrifices that are made. And we went to Ohio together and picked up the dog, and we had a conversation on the way back saying, "Hey, listen, this is not your normal pet. Your first night's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be, the dog's gonna be just going to work, and it's not gonna turn it off." She's like, "Nah, I'll be fine. Then I see her the next day. She goes, "I was gonna call you at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning and say, what do I do?" Listen, everybody in here that's a canine handler understands that these dogs are not your normal pets. They're a working animal, they're a machine. All they want to do is please their handler. And that's exactly what they do. And sitting here today and actually passing the reins over to Officer Finno is actually a very special time for me, because I was the canine handler prior to her. But I would be remiss if I didn't mention a few other correction canine handlers that have passed and who this canine is named after. Canine Sammy Fisco, Canine Dwayne Cornitz, both have passed away, and Officer Tom Rinaldi, who is one of our CERT team members, who his legacy will live on forever. Not only because I know Trin's going to be doing an amazing job with Alyssa, but it was definitely a nice honor to name the dog after him. So I appreciate her doing that as well. And, you know, when you talk about canine and corrections, it's a totally different beast. I know a lot of people watch TV, they see what canines do on the street and everything. And believe me, she'll be getting called out in the middle of the night to do canine searches on the street as well, because that's what happens, you know, the sacrifices that are made. When you're finding narcotics inside of a correction facility, it's very important, because it leads to a lot of issues. Assaults on staff, assaults on other incarcerated individuals, overdoses, our staff coming into contact with possibly fentanyl. So her job is going to be a very stressful one here. I lived it. We're not finding kilos of cocaine where it's a large amount where the can is. We're finding balloons full of stuff, which I used to take the pictures and send it to all the canine family and be like, "Hey, look what I got." And it'd be like a little balloon full of whatever. And they're sending me pictures of massive stuff. And I always say, "Well, listen, I could have found that without the dog." But, you know, that's beside the point. So it's you know, it's truly important, and everything that happens within our facility carries over from stuff that was on the street, came in from the street. So there's a lot of information that we will receive as well from getting our narcotics from inside. So, you know, I want to thank the family, because I'm going to tell you this, without the family support, it wouldn't be, the job couldn't be done, because like I said, there's a lot of sacrifices. There's a lot of nights when you're laying down saying, why did I do this to myself? Because the dog is absolutely going bonkers and it's flipping your house upside down. I might have lost a couple couches when I got my second dog. Part of the job, I wouldn't trade it for anything. And just to end my speech here, there's a couple of people I just want to give a special thanks to. One is Officer Casey Orlowski. She put a lot of time in, coming on her own time to train. She was actually a college graduate for canine behavior and training, so she did come in and give a lot of time to Alyssa, which brought the dog to another level. Kyle Frano, for, he's got a newer child who rearranged his life to make this academy happen. Colin Reynolds, who actually put the program together on a short notice and made it work for us, so I appreciate that. And of course, all the men and women that work for this agency, because without them, none of this would happen. So, and Karen Pardini, of course, our early mornings at Romeo Ford, helping her out. I know Alyssa and Karen became very close, and I want to thank you as well for your help, because it went a long way, so thank you. Thank you, everybody. I'm going to pass it over to Sheriff Mullen.
Thanks, Mitch. Yep. I don't know how I'm going to follow that up. He's got some line going. Good job, Mitch.
Thanks.
Good morning, everybody. Sheriff, thanks for being here. I appreciate it. Sheriff Figueroa unfortunately couldn't make it this morning. He's running a little bit late, but he sends his best to the two new dogs and handlers. Canine is an amazing job. I'm on my second dog now, and it's one of the best jobs I've ever had. To bring your partner to work every day is amazing. And I just want to say good luck to you guys. It's an amazing job. Your dogs they look like they're beautiful and running good, so keep up the good work. And I want to thank Lieutenant Reynolds. He's in here somewhere. Lieutenant Fulford for your past canine handler. Is there any other canine handlers in here that were past canine handlers? No? All right, well, I feel like we have one of the best canine teams going around. The trainers put so much work and effort into it, and I know this agency is 100% behind all of our canine handlers and the program. So with that, I'll turn it over to Deputy Frano, and we'll get the certificates going. All right. Officer Finno, come on up.
We're buddies, that's why,
Friend's very excited about your activity.
Yeah, he's very excited to see Leo.
Here's a plaque. This is to certify that Alyssa and Karen Trin, Ulster County Sheriff's Office, have successfully completed the course in instruction, Ulster County Sheriff's Office Canine Training Academy, that have met all the minimum qualifications for canine narcotics detection. 29th day of August, 2025. Signed by Sheriff Juan Figueroa. Congratulations.
Sheriff Schiff, if you could come up.
Just sign or say something?
If you could say something, and then we'll do the sign, and
Now, first, I'd like to thank Ulster County, the sheriff, Deputy Frano, for the training. This is a new adventure for Sullivan County. We've had canines in the past. This will be our first for the jail. You guys came down for a search for us when we thought there were some drugs in the facility. It was very successful. That opened our eyes, made it very clear to us that we needed a dog right away. And you rushed us through, you got us the dog. We picked a handler. John Wagner's been a steady deputy through his career. He was there with the building when I got there. He's been steady right through. He's part of our CERT team, and we wanted somebody steady that could handle a dog that wasn't a lot of highs and lows. You want somebody that's gonna bring the dog to a level capacity. Back in the old days, unfortunately. I was a canine handler also, but probably most of you weren't born or were still in elementary school. So I'm very excited about the program, and I'm very thankful that you were able to make this happen for us. And we'll stay in touch on this because I'm sure we'll need a lot of tweaking and a lot of advice on how to conduct a canine program through the jail. It's a lot different than the road patrol. But as I think the colonel said, it's going to overflow onto the road patrol. I am sure we're going to get tracking for the dog also. So with lost kids, lost hunters, searching for a body, out on the road with a road stop, a lot of times the state police, as you well know, or your dog is not available on the road patrol, the jail dog will be responding to those calls. So it's very exciting for us. I think it's exciting for John because it'll give him a new, whole new view on the job. And when you're around for a while, it's always fun and nice to do something a little bit more interesting and something out of the ordinary. So I thank you all again. I'm excited about the program. I'm excited about where this is going to take us. And I think the dog will do good things if he can settle down a little bit in public settings. So thank you very much. You can put the badge on. I know you don't want me to get out of here without signing.
Thank you.
Get your pen back.
It's just gonna be a couple more minutes. We have something that we want to dedicate to the family, Thomas Rinaldi, so when that arrives here, we will move forward with that. In the meantime, I want to thank everybody for coming, all the families. I want to say congratulations to both Officer Wagner and Officer Fino. You're in for a treat. It's gonna be a great time. I know a lot of sacrifice was made, but your reward will far outweigh the sacrifices that you made. So it's gonna be very rewarding. So thank you, and please, before everybody leaves, there is refreshments, coffees and donuts.
Before I leave, I just wanted to say, I'd like to wish both handlers a lot of luck. A lot of work goes into it, and just want to wish you luck. Get out of here.
You're good, you're good. So this plaque will hang and represent the family of Officer Thomas Rinaldi, who we tragically lost. He will never be forgotten, and his legacy will always live on. So, you know, I want to thank him because, one, he was an amazing officer, and two, he was an amazing family man and friend, and he sorely will be missed. I'll leave it at that. Thank you all, and enjoy the rest of your day, and please eat the Danish and the donuts and the coffee. Thank you. Have a nice day.